Okay, so let's look at this lesson. So this lesson is mainly adding and subtracting polynomials together. So we can label like the degree of the polynomial, tell you like whether or not it's a constant, linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic, so on and so forth. But standard form of a polynomial is probably the most important thing. Standard form of a polynomial is the terms are written in order from greatest degree to least degree. Okay, when you add polynomials together, you're going to group like terms and combine them together, combine like terms together. So now if I look at this one, I'm taking my 3x squared and my 2x squared, and I get a 5x squared. Then a 9x and a 4x gives me 13x. And then a 27 and a negative 12 gives me a 5. Again, 3x squared and x squared gives me a 4x squared. And then a negative 4 and a negative 9 gives me a negative 13. I have a negative x squared and a positive 2x squared, which gives me 1x squared. And then I have just a 4x by himself. No other, just x terms. And then I have a negative 9 and an 8, which gives me a negative 1. Okay, so now, again, with just like what we've done kind of before, I can go ahead and distribute this and then add them together. So I have negative 4b minus b squared plus 2 plus 2b squared plus 4b minus 2. So I have 1b squared and a 2b squared gives me a 1b squared. A negative 4b and a positive 4b gives me no b's. And then a 2 and a negative 2 gives me 0. So the only thing I have is this b squared. Okay. And then now, let's see, I have an f cubed here. Only one f cubed, though. So I have just this one f cubed. So this is 3f cubed. Then I have 5f squared and an f squared here, which gives me a 6f squared. And then I have a negative f and a negative f, which gives me negative 2f, and then a plus 5. Now, when I subtract, I have to distribute the negative to the second parentheses, or wherever the negative sign is in front of, okay, when I subtract. So here, I need to distribute my negative to both terms. So I have 6x minus 11 minus 2x plus 38. So then I have 4x, and then 38 minus 11 is 27. So plus 27. Here again, distribute my negative. So I have x plus 4 minus 7x plus 3x squared minus 14. Looked a little weird. Minus 14. Okay. So then I have a 3x squared. Then I have a negative 7x and a positive x, which gives me negative 6x. And then a 4 and a negative 14, so a minus 10. Okay. Again, distribute my negative. So I have z squared plus 2z minus 5 minus 9z plus 3z squared. So I have 1z squared and 3z squared, which gives me a 4z squared. A positive 2z and a negative 9z gives me a negative 7z, and then a minus 5. Distribute my negative to all of my terms. So I have 8r minus 14 minus plus 7r squared plus 16r squared plus 7r plus 3. So I have a 23r squared. And then I have, so that gets rid of those two. Then I have an 8r and a 7r, which gives me a plus 15r. And then a negative 14 and a positive 3, so a negative 11. All right. Now, let's see. Distribute the negative again. So distribute h minus 2h minus h squared. minus 5h squared plus 2 minus 8h. So I get negative 6h squared. And how many h's do I have? That gives me a negative h. And that gives me negative 9h. And then a plus 2. Okay, today's recording artists sell hard copies and digital copies of the albums. The equations for hard and digital copies and the number of albums is represented in thousands, where for one artist was sold in 1 week, or W weeks. Write an equation to show how many more digital albums are sold in hard copies. Okay, so that means that I want D minus H. So 13W plus 126 minus 9W plus 53. And then how many more copies that were digital were sold more than the hard copies in 52 weeks. Okay, so now I have D minus H. So 13W plus 126 minus 9W minus 53. So then D minus H is my equation. So that is 4W and then minus 73, or sorry, plus 73. And that is my equation. So that is the first part that I needed to do. Then I needed to know D minus H at 52 weeks. So that means I want 4 times 52 plus 73. So 4 times 52 is 208 plus 73. So that gives me 281. So that will be 281 more digital albums than hard copies. All right, and that is it.